This past week we have been on holiday to Northumbria and the Peak District. And so I thought I'd cobble together some clips that I took from the week away. I hope you enjoy them, and you're looking at our darling Emily, who we brought with us. So in Northumbria, we stayed at Alwington and stayed in a really, really gorgeous cottage. On the right, the picture on the right there shows the cottage. And it was so cute. Driving in and just seeing it there was just like, wow. So the cottage is hundreds of years old, but has had an extension put on the back of it. And now I'm going to show you the inside. Okay, so we have just arrived at the accommodation. Look at that sky. It's going to be so warm here the next few days. And I have brought a little one with me, but I just thought before all the chaos starts and everything starts to look untidy, I'd show you around our accommodation. Those little benches there, look. That's so cute, aren't they? So bloody cute. And then our Millie is over here waddling along by this kids' play area. There, look, there she is. And then here is Russ is unpacking. There's mother-in-law. And there we go. You found some? So then you walk in before we make it our own. So lovely. Russ did a good job.
Please shout if you want to look there. I'm alright, I'm running out of the way.
Yeah, he'll just do that. It's our living area. Even comes with a manservant here. Cute little kitchen.
I'm not cheap, mind.
You're not cheap.
No, not cheap.
That doll you've got is so lovely, baby.
She's lovely, isn't she?
I'm not cheap, but I will do anything.
Is she new?
No, not really. But I don't know if you've seen her recently. If you've seen her.
That's not the one you had in the carriage at Westport, is it?
No. And here is. That's the only thing. We've got one bathroom between the 3 bedrooms. But that doesn't matter. Wait till you see. Look how gorgeous it all is. This is lovely. Is this what you expected it to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's lovely. Oh, did you see this? A photo of it all being made up there. Of it all being how it was. That's how it started. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bit you can sort of see, isn't it?
That's how it started.
This is all the building on
Yeah. Wow.
Firebird.
Yeah.
Fire on that door, isn't it?
Yeah, but
have you seen the bird print?
Look, where it's flown into it.
Where it's flown in.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the other bit. There we are.
It's a huge bird as well.
So I thought that I would bring Emily.
It's an owl. That was an owl, Caroline.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Sorry,
Because
not recording.
no, that's okay. Because we failed our last trip out. And look at this though. Look at this. This is so lovely.
The window can't open.
Yeah, it's got to be the Velux window. It's got to have a big long pole.
You can't just leave a door open at night.
I know.
I think I've decided I will have the smaller room.
Somehow that Velux window's got to open. Somehow. It's so lovely. I'll put Emily down here. A minute, put you down there, darling. But we've got then that view. So lush. But yeah, Russ, we've got this big window. You can't open it. So that is what Russ is not happy about.
I'll leave the boots out on the truck.
Me and Russ like to sleep with a big window open.
Well, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I'll leave the
fine.
boots in the
And
truck.
my case, you've really got that yet to come?
Not yet. Mother is coming. Don't worry.
It's coming.
Right. I thought I'm lost already. It's not big enough to get lost, is it?
And then you go through here,
Goodbye.
and then you've got one bedroom with 2 beds. I don't know which one the mum's having yet. And a wardrobe. And then through here, you've got this bedroom. And this one looks outside. And it's a gorgeous little like villagey thing. But yes, it's lovely. Really, really nice. Hubby did well. He did so well. I'm lying on the bed and having a rest. And this is the view from the window. Isn't it lovely? So sunny. And then zoom in on our Millie, enjoying herself as well. She absolutely loved going somewhere different with different scents. This is Cragside House, owned by the National Trust today, but it was developed by William and Margaret Armstrong. William was an inventor, an engineer, amazing chap, and Margaret was the gardener, so she developed the beautiful gardens. So this is the screw. The water's forcing the screw to turn, and that makes the generates enough electricity to light all the light bulbs in the house. Isn't that amazing? Big screw there. Crazy. There's the pump house. The boys going in the pump house. You can go in. This is Archimedes' screw, which is really famous. And because he experimented so much with hydroelectricity, Williams created lots and lots of things. And it was really, really impressive. And today the house still uses the water from Tumbleton Lake to power everything in the house, and any extra goes on the national grid. Isn't that amazing? That, you know, the thought back then, just in the 1835, something like that, in the late 1800s, late 1830s. Absolutely gorgeous views of the whole place. Lady Armstrong's garden was amazing. During the Victorian era, it was fashionable to display plant collections. And so here was the tulip collection on display. Look, I never knew there were so many different species of tulips. The gardens are absolutely beautiful. Didn't get time to go in the house. Well, I couldn't manage the house, not time. I couldn't manage all of it. Definitely would love to go back and see all the inventions that are on display in the house as well. So if you ever get the chance to visit Cragside, you will not be disappointed. It is a lovely, lovely place to visit. Look at her. Look at her. She's lying on Mummy's bed. So we took her trousers off because it's warm, guys. It's so warm. The thing is, when you go on holiday in the UK, you have to take clothes for every season. And I didn't for this little girl. Isn't she gorgeous? I've got a jumper on. It is probably about 5:30 at night. And I just thought I'd pop on and show you what we've got. So I took the trousers off that she had on. try and take you out. There we go. And kept this on, this little vest. But the trouble is the vest doesn't fit very well around her neck because she's so tiny. Are you? But look at her. My mother-in-law's like, wow, she's so real looking. Isn't she? So your niece, your little niece Emily, take this jumper. So if you see, look, around the back, it doesn't fit. So we have to hide that. Don't we, hey girly? We have to hide that. Say, yes, we do, Mama. There she is. She's so cute. Doesn't that pink look lovely on her? She's so precious. Thank you so much, Amy. She's just, oh, I just love her to bits. I'm so glad I bought her this time because I'm not running around after a toddler like my March holiday with Rebecca and Jack. I actually have got time with her. She's been in the bed with me, you know. We've had rests together because Mummy does have to rest. But what I wanted to show you, and I love this cardigan as well. Sorry, I'm flitting about. I love this cardigan. That looks adorable on her as well. And it's like chunky and hand knitted. And oh my goodness, it's so blooming cute. And it's pinks and creams. I absolutely love it. Look at her. She's just so precious. Absolutely precious. So I'm going to show you what I bought. We went into a little village. Well, village/town here. And I went into a charity shop like I do. And Russ knows the drill now. Look what I got for £2. It could do with a bit of a wash, which is fine. Mum can wash it. But it is, I'm not sure where it's from. It's called a Bella Pram string. Biggins Toys. That's what it's from. And it was £2. So it's a pram toy to go with my pram toys collection. And I can't wait to get home. I have to excuse some little messy bits, you see, because this is a white duvet cover and it shows everything, doesn't it? White. So yes, it's so cute. It's got a little rabbits and a ball. The only thing, it's got one of the little beads missing. So if I find a green bean or I can paint a green bead, I can add it there. That's the only thing. That's the only thing wrong with this for £2. What a bargain did I got there. Hey, I'm just so pleased with that. Another one to add to my collection. And so I'm really, really hoping that I will have enough energy to get all of my prams out and all dressed up, you know, looking the part. So my pram with the trains on. My lovely friend Chris gave me the train rattle, so I will put that across it. And then I've got, I want to dress up as the clown. One of my prams with all the clown things. So I'm really like looking forward to doing that. And then I've got my tartan one as well, haven't I? So I'm going to try and mix and match and dress them and just take a few pictures. And yes, so excited for that for £2. And in the same shop, I got this Peter Rabbit Lovey, which is going to be going to a little girl called Charlie, a little reborn niece. And I paid £1 for that, just £1. And I think they're £9. So it's a really soft, long lovey with Flopsy Bunny. And it's got taggies, ribbon taggies. So some babies love ribbon, don't they? And then it's also got these silky, like little things added. And it's just really, really soft and just lovely. Look at my hand, looks really dark in this camera. It's really soft. So that was £1. So those were my bargains, absolute bargains from this one charity shop. And then they had a toy shop. Look what I got for the toy shop. But I got a popcorn cart. We don't have a popcorn cart. So this can go in the shop area, can't it? And that's an ice cream van. But we got the popcorn tart. popcorn cart for £10.95. The shop was lush. I had Millie with me, so I had to carry her and she was heavy. But the shop was lush. Russ went and his mum went into get the food, and I went into the toy shop. Guys, I could have bought so much. I really could. I'm trying to be so careful because obviously I've got two things, big things booked for next month. So look, it comes with this cart and these little tubs with pretend popcorn. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, can't read the contents because they're in a different language. Doesn't tell you anywhere else. No, it's yeah, contents. Oh, maybe all of those words there mean contents and it's not actually telling you what it is. But doesn't that look great? Can't wait to open that when I get home and see what we've got and see who's going to be in charge of the popcorn. Who's going to be the popcorn lady or man? I don't know. How much fun is that? So what do you think of that? Say, that is great. I hope you're going to, I hope you're enjoying some of our little clips of videos I'm going to put together for a whole week's stay here. Thanks for watching. Bye. Today we made our way to Holy Island, the Holy Island of Lindisfarne, which is in the northeast of England. Lindisfarne has been around since 1635 as a monastery by Saint Aidan. And one of the things you can see is the priory. And here is the statue to Saint Aidan. And you can see the stone in front has offerings that people bring to put on there for him. It is a place of pilgrimage today. And honestly, standing in the grounds for me of the priory, I had this overwhelming sense of calmness. It really is an amazing place if you ever get the chance to visit it. You can also walk across to the castle. I didn't do that. It was too far for me to walk. So you do need to have good mobility. It really is an amazing place. And I've always wanted to go and see the priory and read more about the Lindisfarne Gospels that were written here at the time, all those years ago. Whilst we were away, it was National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, so I did this little video for all fellow sufferers. Hello everybody, I just want to wish all of my fellow fibromyalgia sufferers the best. I hope you're not in too much pain today, you're not feeling too much pain, and that we raise awareness for this dreadful, debilitating disease that we all have, this chronic illness that is fibromyalgia, widespread pain, for which at the moment there is no cure, there is little research, and we just manage with pain medication. So I've got my little stanza here, dressed in purple, which is the colour for fibromyalgia, and also with a little butterfly rattle, which is the symbol for fibromyalgia awareness. Thinking of you all chronic illness sufferers. It's so hard to manage, isn't it? Here we are, another day, and we are leaving Northumberland now for the Peak District. and it's been beautiful weather the whole time that we have been here. We arrived in the Peak District and stayed in a place called Castleton, and it was built by the son of William the Conqueror, where the castle was. And then below the castle, you know, gradually would have built up a little village. There's the castle on the hill. And you can walk to the castle. I obviously couldn't manage that. So I did a little bit of sightseeing things that I like to do. But there's loads to see. There's caves, caverns, loads of walks that you can go on, all sorts of things to see. And Millie there taking a drink in the river, because it would have been surrounded by a river at one point. Castleton Museum is small, but full of all sorts of amazing things to look at. It is famous in this area for Blue John. The Blue John stone is mined, and you can only get it in this area. I was also fascinated to see how the rope was made. That was absolutely fascinating. And you could pause the video and zoom in on any of the pictures if you want to. Just a few other things that took my sight was the signal milk can, so you can signal how much milk you wanted. And these lovely little milk bottles. Aren't they cute? But Castleton is amazing, amazing place, and I would love to go back for a visit. Here we are having a little play with Emily before we go out for a drive today and see what we can see. I bought this little set outfit she's wearing, actually for Sarah, because Sarah's got blue eyes. But now we've got Samuel. I thought I'll just try this on Emily, and it looks so cute on her. She is such a little darling. She is Sansa by Ping Lao, if you are unaware of that. So on our drive today, we came across a coffee shop where we stopped, and I actually didn't realise that there was a famous designer called David Mellor. I never heard of him. He's a royal designer for industry. He designed cutlery. He was born in Sheffield, which is renowned for cutlery, steel cutlery, and he was trained as a silversmith. But he also designed traffic lights, post boxes. I had no idea, and I never even thought about the person who had look at the seating, the person that had invented these things. It's strange. I never thought of that ever. But it was an amazing stop. It had a cafe, and we had another place that was really fascinating is Eyam. I don't know if you've ever heard of Eyam, but it was a village that completely shut off when the Great Plague came to England. The plague came in 1665, I believe, and just wiped out loads and loads of people. And they believe that it came in a tailor's chest from Asia, because there was a tailor in the village, and they believe it, not in the village, in England, and they believe that's how it came. And then it made its way, started to spread, because it was fleas, spreading from the fleas in rats and little animals and things like that. So they cut off their village of Eyam, and they used a boundary stone to where food and supplies were left, medicine was left for the village, but the vicar decided he was cutting off the village completely. Imagine that. Where have we heard that recently? I just found it really fascinating, and a crossover with COVID too. Brilliant. So here's a costume of a plague doctor. Pretty terrifying, don't you think? I'm on about the plague doctor, not me. But the nose was so big on it because it had to carry all of the scents and all of the herbs and things to stop the smell and as a protection against the plague. But this wasn't really worn in England. It was mostly European dress. But it's incredibly sad that of a population of about 350, that 83 people survived. That's in their census because people were keeping records. And all the way around, I was thinking about the plague and COVID-19. It really made me think about that. So here we are, we're home now. We had a really, really good holiday. I've got a map here and I'm going to show you where we went, because we went a long way to the top of England. That is a long way for England, not for America or Canada, because you're so fast. But yeah, here she is. Doesn't she look cute? We got given this romper off of Auntie Tracy a long time ago. And because I didn't know what the weather was going to be like up there, I sorry, I was just reading a message on my screen. I took all sorts of clothing for her. Tried not to take, well, not too much, but yeah, this has got like it's got long trousers, and I put a cardigan on with it, so she was perfectly fine, weren't you, babes? Hey, you in cuddles now, aren't you, with your mama? Say, you're in cuddles with your mama. She's so cute. She is just so cute. Look at her. Oh my God, look at her little feet. I'm glad I took her, that's for sure. This is a map of England and Wales and Scotland. So I live down here near the beach. Well, I kind of like live in the middle of these two, so it's about the same amount of time to go from the north to the south of Somerset. So it's really easy for us to travel, although there's no beach down here of Somerset. This is all Devon and Dorset. But anyway, I've been down to all sorts of places. It's really handy, isn't it, to show people where places are. So Sarah, I want to go and visit Sarah. She lives all the way down here, and I live up near here. And when I go to Sheena's, she lives all the way over here. Yeah, over here. So that's a huge trip. And the doll shows, some of them are around here. Peterborough is around here somewhere. Sheena's is up there. That's Leicester, Wellington, Northampton, Huntington, Peterborough. Peterborough is here. See, so I live all the way down there. And that's to Peterborough there. So that's why that's when I met Sheena and would stay with Sheena and that, and she only lives an hour away. But this holiday, we went all the way up here, because this is where some of you live, isn't it? And this is where my stepson lives. So this here is Hadrian's Wall. This here is Scotland. This is it, isn't it? I'm doing it right, yeah. I was just thinking, I am telling you right. I don't want to tell you wrong. So we were up here in Northumberland, Alnwick Castle. So we were quite near there. So we were in the right by the Cheviot Hills in here. That's where we were near. And so then we came. So we spent 5 days up there, and then we came down to the Peak District. Spent 2 nights down here, and then we came home because we didn't want to do it all in one day, not with my mother-in-law. So yeah, that's amazing. So Hadrian's Wall is the Roman wall, very famous Roman wall here in England, and we passed that. So oh, there we are. That's where I went, Lindisfarne Priory. So I went there. We obviously went to Hadrian's Wall because we saw where the tree had been chopped down. which is very sad. So yes, we travelled all of that way. That is a long way. But there we go. That's what we did on the holiday. That's our travels. And then when we were in Lindisfarne on the Holy Island, this is where the Gospels were written, the Lindisfarne Gospels, close to the Bible. And so I bought the book about it. You can actually go and see the Gospel, the Lindisfarne Gospel, in the British Museum in London. And it was it was such a lovely place. Lovely place. It gave me a real lovely feel in the priory. So it was handwritten and decorated over 1,300 years ago by a single supremely gifted scribe artist. Books written by hand are known as manuscripts. And until the mid-15th century, all books made in Europe were manuscripts. The Lindisfarne Gospels is a manuscript of the four Gospels, the biblical accounts of the life of Christ from the New Testament, in Latin. In the 10th century, an Old English translation was added between the lines, which is the earliest surviving translation of the Gospels into English language. Gospel books were the most important Christian books of the early Middle Ages. At a time when the entire Bible was rarely produced as a single volume, Gospel books were needed for daily readings in church, as well as teachings and personal study. They were also revered as the physical word of God, often paraded in processions and displayed at the altar. These are amazing. Yeah, even among this group, the Lindisfarne Gospels stand out as exceptional. So this is all about the Lindisfarne Gospel. And so I've started to have a look through this. And this is the British Library Guide. So here is the contents. Absolutely amazing. So I got that. And we also went to Eyam. And Eyam is a village that was, I think you would have seen that in my shots. I don't know if I did any video, but Eyam was a village that was completely cut off during the plague in 1665 to 1666. So when the plague came to Eyam, the vicar said, right, that's it. The church was basically in charge of the villages, said, that's it, no one's entering, no one's leaving. And the only way you could leave, or the only way that you could get supplies, was they were left on a stone on the marker spot for the village. And so people left produce and medicines for the people of Eyam. And it is really sad because of how many people died. And I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there was something like 360 people in Eyam and only 80 survived. Something like that. Pretty sick. Let's just quickly see. So I picked this up in the little visitor centre because I just love this sort of stuff. And so I keep it beside me, and then like I dip in and out of it. So I don't read it in one go. I usually just like dip in and out of these things, and I just love them. So it was, the plague was brought over from Asia in clothing, in a rat, I believe, in clothing. And it stayed for 300 years. But I can't see. I'm sure that there was only something like 80 people left living. So John Clifford created this museum that we went to see, and it was brilliant museum. So £4 I paid for that, and then I picked up 2 postcards because I like postcards. So this is the Earl of Devonshire coming and bringing supplies to the village. That's what this depicts. So that was super. And then you will also see from my pictures that we also stopped off at a, it was a cutlery museum is what I saw on the sign. And we were looking for somewhere to go for coffee, just an afternoon, just have a coffee, to stop for our coffee. And I seen a sign for cutlery museum, and I said there might be a coffee shop in this cutlery museum. And as we drove down there was indeed a cutlery museum and a cafe, but it was David Mellor's, I don't know what you call it, his museum, his artifacts, his shop, the things that he made. He was really, really famous for designing the traffic light system, postbox, bins, bus shelters. He was absolutely amazing chap, and moved on into cutlery and things. So he makes cutlery. Not him now, he's passed away, but his company makes cutlery for prisons and the Buckingham Palace and stately homes, all those sort of things. And he has homes everywhere. So great British engineer. So that was a really neat find. When we stopped there, this is his London stores, but this is the brochure that I picked up just to show. But what a lovely find. It was really good. So that was a brilliant trip of adventures. And you've already seen what I bought, except I don't think I showed you Ducky. Can't resist. Look at this cute duck. It's so flipping cute, isn't he? So I picked up this duck. And you already seen the other two things that I got. I bought myself just a card I'm just going to put down in Hillside or frame. It's a card, but I think I'm going to frame it. A Lindisfarne. So I got that at the Priory in one of the shops there. And you can also on Holy Island go across to the castle, but there's no way, I couldn't walk that, so we couldn't do that. Well, I couldn't do that. Everybody else could do that. And there were other things like Castleton. I couldn't go up to the top to see the castle because I couldn't manage that, but others could. So that was great. So yeah, we had a really good time. There we go. Thank you very much for joining us on our little trip, our little May holiday. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.